Okay, now students, good evening. Online students, am I audible to you? So daily you sit this side only. Don't sit this side. Not feeling well? Here projector is there, no? Only one way direction not good. Alternative days is required. Okay now? So girls, you try to sit in the first 3 rows and the boys will sit later. Because this side fans are not there for some of the students. That's why we are making you to sit this side. Come in. So now I'll move to the further discussion. I hope in the last session, we started exception handling. Okay, so online students, am I audible now? Okay. Let's move to the further discussion. I hope exceptions are there. Some notes. There I talked about types of errors. How many types of errors are there? 3. Number 1, compile time errors, logical errors, runtime errors. Why compile time errors are occurring? Why logical errors are occurring? Why runtime errors are occurring? That we discussed already in the last session. Well, go to the next term. Types of exceptions also completed. And before that, I did the building points for dealing with the exceptions. I said when the runtime error will come and what will be the runtime error generates and what will be the exception name and what will be the exception meaning, definition of exception handling, and exception occurs, what are the steps taking place internally, and because of to perform this ABC steps, what are created internally, and every exception in Python is created an object of exception class, and every Python object exception is occurring, object is created with respect to appropriate exception class. Valid input entered, valid result will come. When the application user enters invalid input, we get what? Exception. These are the points we discussed already in the class. And after that, types of exceptions also started with. There we started with types of exceptions, predefined or built-in exceptions, programmer or user or custom defined exceptions. Predefined exception definition I said, and programmer defined exception I said, and the importance of that also we understood. Now it is the time to see, to start with most important discussion now. What is it? Handling the exceptions in Python. Now I am talking about handling the exceptions in Python. Handling the exceptions. Handling the exceptions in Python. I am going to discuss. Handling the exceptions in Python, I am going to discuss. Very, very important, students. Take care. Tell me, what do you mean by handling the exception? Maintaining silence is not the way. Go to online if you want to maintain silence. That's all. Boys are seeing something different. Question I said exception handling. Handling the exception. The process of converting the technical error messages into user-friendly error message is called exception handling. So I can't stop because we almost came to the 60% subject is going on. So handling the exceptions in Python is nothing but daily read and come. It's very difficult if you don't read and come. Only coming to class, since that is not important. You have to read and come. Handling the exceptions in Python is nothing but handling the exception in Python is nothing but converting what? Technical error messages into what? User-friendly error messages. Into user-friendly error messages is comes under what? Into user-friendly error message is just called as what? Exception handling process. Into user-friendly error messages is just comes under what? Exception handling mechanism. Again, what do you mean by handling the exception? Converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages is called what? Exception handling. So, coming to the point of it, No, it is a non-local area. This is no problem. Sit along with your friend. Right. Good. So, anybody want to sit here? No. No, you will not sit. That is the difference between Hindi student and Telugu student. Hindi student, you are Hindi students. They will sit anywhere else. But we will sit in backside only, backside corner we will sit. Why? When we sit here, sir may ask some question. Always last bench only. Correct? So, handling the exceptions in Python is nothing but converting the technical error messages into user-friendly error messages. User-friendly error messages is comes under what? Handling the exceptions. Right? Vinay Kumar is saying that fear. Why fear? Any internal marks are there in my hand? You will not fear in the college only. How can you fear me here? So, there is no doubt in that. No. If you want, you can sit this side. This first row is allowed. Now, coming to the point of it, and don't feel that why I did not allow there. Right. So don't feel that. After the class, I will tell the reason for you. Only to you, I will tell the reason. Handling the exception is in Python is nothing but converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages. To handle the exception, to handle the exception in Python, we have 5 keywords. How many keywords? 5 keywords. They are number 1, I'm writing try. Next is called what? Except. Third one is else. Fourth one is. So you are mixing Java and then everything you are saying. So 5 is called what you know? Raise. In place of except in Java, there is a catch is there. Catch. So here we are not talking about the Java. We are talking about the Python. That's why try and next is what? Except, else, finally raise. I'll discuss these keywords very detailed now. We are supposed to learn in the class. Syntax for handling the exception in Python. What is the syntax for handling the exception in Python? I will write the beautiful syntax. How many keywords are there? 5. Spell out those keywords once. Try, except, else, finally, raise. Right. Online students, handling the exception in Python is nothing but converting the technical error messages into user-friendly error messages. To handle the exceptions in Python, we have 5 keywords. They are try, except, else, finally, raise. These are the keywords what we have. Right? Fine. Student, if you face any side problem, you can sit. Today you sit. Tomorrow onwards, you come early. Okay? Is it okay? So, some keywords are available here. Now I'm going to introduce the syntax. Before going to enter into the syntax, I would like to give you some example here. Try to watch it now. Go to the place. I'll take one example. Let's watch very carefully. Not C#.net. So go to the place. Now I will take it. File new and say others and then Python here. Program for accepting two numerical values from keyboard and find their division. We are going to discuss. Try to learn carefully, students. Now I am going to discuss accepting 2 numerical values from keyboard and find their division. I am talking. How to find that? Now I am going to discuss point by point. Carefully understand. I am taking S1 is equal to a detailed code I am writing, students. div example1.py. div example1.py. What is the use of exception handling in Python? What is the use of exception handling in Python? So the purpose of exception handling in Python is that to build robust applications. What is the definition of exception handling? Process of converting user-friendly error messages into technical error messages into user-friendly error message. Purpose is different, definition is different. I am asking what is the purpose of exception handling? Without reading the notes, if you come, this is only the problems will come. Question to answer, we need to write it. So coming to the point back, S1 is equal to div example1.py. S1 is equal to, tell me what should I do? Input of enter. What is this now? First value. Enter first value. So S1. Next I will take it S2. S2 I am going to say. S2 is equal to. Enter what value now? Second value. Enter second value. Two values I got it. Which type S1 and S2 are? STR type. Which type? STR type. So is it possible to write S1 by S2? Come on. No, if I write it, what will be the answer? No? Come on, good. Which error? Which error? Type error, correct? Type error, and fearing also is there. So type error, which error? Because the wrong operation it is, type error. In the beginning days, if you remember, I told this type of example, right? So I will write lots of code, students. Lots of code, I will write it. Lots of code. Let me run up to here. Let me run. So I'll take it, Python here, say 6 p.m. Exceptions here. There I will talk about it. Py. See students, answering this 10 and 2, type error is coming. String by string is not possible. You know that. String by string is not possible, students. That's why. Now let's go to the point back. Now I'm going to say, tell me, convert into what? S1 into which type? Int type. Come on, convert. A is equal to int of S1. Next I will go for what? S2. B. Good. Int S1 and what? S2. S1 and what? S2. Are you following me? Converted into that. Later you say what? A by B. There I will write it. div is equal to dot format of what? C I am writing. Are you following me? Right. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the values we have. Execute it now, students. Try to run this now. Enter the first value. Started. Be careful, students. 10 and 2 I entered. Is there any issue? 10 is getting. 2 is getting. Converted into integer. 10. Converted into what? Integer. 2. 10 by 2. 5. 5 is there in where? C. And we got the result called what? 10 is 2, 5 is an answer is coming. Valid inputs always gives valid out. Yesterday only I told you, note point. When the application user enters valid input, we always get what? Valid result or something. When the application user enters which input? Invalid input, always we get exception. This is an ultimate point, students. We are getting the perfect answer is called like this. This is called what? Successful result. Which result? Successful result. Okay. 50% is okay, your application. And every industry, efficacy of the application will be tested. Efficacy means what? Accuracy. Accuracy will be tested against 100%. 50% is okay. The rest of the 50% is what? What are the other side effects which are occurring in this? Side effects in the sense, there is a general word. What are the exceptions occurring in this program? That is called what? Rest of the 50% concentration will be that. If that rest of the 50%, if you make strong, your application is called as perfect. Understand? You are driving car very well. If a problem is coming, how to fix the problem. That is also an important part, right? Driving is okay. Once problem is arising, what you will do? Will you wait up for 2 to 3 hours? If you know how to do that, you know you are making your driving and things as effective. Now I am going to run it. Second time I am running. Take care. 10 and what? 0. Which input? Which input? Invalid input I am entering. See students, go to the program. What is the value of S1? 10. What is the value of S2? 0. Any problem in reading? No. Any problem in conversion? Any problem in calculation? Yes. Line number 7, what is happening? Exception is occurring. Already yesterday I told you. In line number 7, what is occurring? Exception. Why exception? Because we are entering denominator 0. When the exception is occurring in line number, when the line number 7 exception is occurring, what will happen? Abnormal termination will take place. PVM will come out of it, and PVM generates which message? Technical error message will be generated. To create the technical error message, it will create what? Object of one class. What is that class? What is that exception class? Zero division error. Super. Zero division error. What is this message is called? Technical error message. That means, see the line number also. Line number 7, exception is occurring. So, line number 7 is called what? Exception generated statement. Exception generated statement. These are all nothing but what? Problematic statement. Problematic statement. What do you mean by problematic statement? In one time, output is coming. That is called a problematic statement. In one time, the answer is coming. In another time, result is exception is coming or not. In one moment of time, exception is occurring. In another moment of time, result is coming. Such statements are called what? Problematic statement, also called exception generated statement we can call. Got it? Move to further. Now, line number 7, what exception came? So hence the statement is what? Exception generated statement. Spell out. Exception generated statement. So first time successful, second time is not successful. I am getting technical error message with my subject of what? Exception handling keywords. With this syntax, I am handling the technical error message. I am going to convert into what message? Instead of this message, I will tell you within few minutes, don't enter 0 for denominator. What message it is? User-friendly error message. User-friendly error message. I want to generate such user-friendly error message. Are you getting me? Let's go back to that. Once again, you run it. Third time I am running. What is my value entering? 10. And I am entering 2x. 2x. 10 and 2x I am entering. 10 and 2x I am entering. What is the value of it? 10 is got it. 10 is getting 2x I got it. 10 I got it. 2x I got it. What is the value of this now? 10. What is the value of B? 2x. 10 by what? 2x. What is that answer? First of all, 10 converted up. Are you listening? First is the line number 3. What is the value? 10. Well, what is the value of S2? Any problem up to that? No. Line number 5. 10 converted into integer? Yes. Is it converted 2x converted into integer? No. Which error? Value error. I already yesterday also shown you where typecasting techniques yesterday I shown you. Even in the examples also types of exceptions I said that value error. Invalid number format. So the notes. So a lot of topics are there. If you don't read and come to the class, it's very difficult for you. Or you will continue the session. So now it is going to be called what? Value error. So line number 6 also called what? Exception generated statement. Line number 6 also exception generated statement. 6 also exception generated statement. Are you following now? Next, if I am writing to avoid this type of problem, we are going to use this type of keywords. These keywords will help you to convert these technical error messages into what message? User-friendly error message I am going to convert it. Following students? Next, how many times? First time success, second time unsuccess, third time unsuccess. Unsuccess means I am getting what message? Technical error message. But I need to get it user-friendly. So first time success, second time not success, third time not success. Next, fourth time. Enter the value ABC and the next value is called 10. Come on, line number, go to the program. Line number 3, no issue. ABC we read and 10 we got it. And line number 5, able to convert or unable to convert? What is coming? Value error. It is also called which statement? Problematic statement. See that? Problematic statement. Line number 5, again statement. So line number 5 also, I am recognizing from now onwards. To become a successful programmer, you must recognize which statements are generating exceptions, which statements are giving outputs. All those things you need to generate it. All those things you need to decide it. Are you able to follow me now? So come on to the point back, enter a first value, enter a second value. I'm going to do this conversion and I'm doing this. Out of these 6 statements, how many statements are error exception generated statements? 3 statements I found that they are going to generate what? Exception. Because of 5 and 6, which exception? Value error. Because of 7, which exception? 0 division error will be coming. Are you following me? To avoid the type of, now see my successfulity here. First time success, second time unsuccess, third time also unsuccess, fourth time also unsuccess. So totally I am running how many times? 4 times I am running. Out of that 1 time success, 3 times unsuccess. My program is called what? Weak program it is called. What program it is? Weak program. Such programming we should not write so far. So far what we did? We only developed it. We only executed it. So it is always strong. If you develop the application, if I am running that application, if it is satisfying my requirement, then your program is perfect. Understand, students? Now, coming to the point of it, how to convert these error messages, technical error messages, into which messages? User-friendly error message is our target. To do that conversion, we are supposed to learn what? Syntax for handling the exception. To convert those technical error messages into user-friendly error messages, how many keywords are there? 5. Shall we start? Now look at the example here. How simple it is. Now I am writing. Try. Syntax I am writing. Very easy. Most important. Try. Try is one of the keyword. Try is one of the, if is a keyword, else is a keyword. There are all keywords or not? Try is a keyword. X, all these things are keywords. Try. I need to say colon. Colon. Once you say try any keyword colon, that is called block. Spell out. It is called a block we can call. Try is a keyword. Try is a keyword. I am writing like that. It is called a try block. Once you say colon, definitely what is coming? Indentation block will come. In this place, I must write what? Block of statements generating exceptions. Don't take much time, students. What are all the statements are generating exceptions? Write those statements under which block? Try block. Sir, what is the need of writing those statements under a try block? Because of writing those block of statements under a try block, your PVM control is not going out of the program control. Go to the program once. In this case, there is no try block, except block, nothing is there. It is a plain example. When an exception is occurring in line number 5, straightforward it is coming out of the program flow and there is nobody is stopping that PVM to when it is coming out of it. But when I rewrite my program with what? Try and all those things, because of writing these exception generated statements in try block, PVM is not going out of the program flow. It is simply coming out of what? That particular block only it will come out. It will come out of that block only. It will come out of the try block only it will come. It is inside the program only. It is in the program only. It is under the control only. But the thing is coming out of which block? Try block. Immediately I must write what block? Except block. What is this except block is doing? Whatever the exception is occurring in try block, it is simply coming out of the try block and looking for the except block. In the except block, you must write it name of the exception. You may ask a question, sir, if I don't know exception, what will happen? And that is not a question, first of all. If you don't know that, just now I run my program now. When I run my program without, am I getting the names of the classes or not? This is nothing but by default coming or not. In the technical error message only, there is an exception name. I need to write exception. I need to write what now here? Exception class name. I need to write exception class name 1. Exception class name 1 colon. There I will write it. There I will write it. What I am writing? Block of statements. Block of statements generates which message? User-friendly error message. User-friendly error message. User-friendly error messages will be displayed. So take the flow once again. PVM comes to where? Try block. What are writing inside? Generated statements you are writing. Once an exception is occurring in which block? Try block. It will come out of which block? Try block. Looking for which block? What are you writing here? PVM is occurring some exception or not? For example, 0 division error exception came in the try block. You are also writing what here? 0 division error. Is it matching or not? That time it will print what message? User-friendly error message will be printed. Now I am going to write one example. Before continuing my syntax, I'll write the code. I will write the code and I will show you. All of you carefully follow me. These are my statements. And how many statements I have totally? 6 statements. Today, I will write all the statements inside of which block? Try block. Why? Out of that, 3 are not 3. This is depending on these 3. These 2 also depending on the main statements are 5, 6, 7. The total code is there now. I will copy it and I am writing from now onwards. Every day, I will use exception handling in my class. DAV example2.py. What I am writing now? Try. Indentation. I'll select it one tab. Return. What I need to write here? Except. What should I write in except? In except, there are 5 forms are there. Except concept, I'll explain in different syntaxes. I am explaining the standard syntax of industry. What is the exception I know? 0 division error. Like this you need to write. We should not write like normally 0 division error. Like that if we write, that itself is called error. That itself is called error. You should not write the spaces between this. If it is containing multiple words like that, we should not write like this also. We have to write what, students? 0 division error. Z capital, first word first letter capital, second word first letter capital. All the words first letters are capital. That is the way of writing. 0 division error. See that. I will write it. Print of. Tell me, what should I write it? Don't enter 0 for denominator. Don't enter 0 for what? Denominator. Start. Program execution coming. I am saying, I am in which block? Try block. I am in try block. And later you are coming across. PVM come to which block? Try block. And accepting the input or not? In the middle, if any exception is occurring, straightforward come out of what? Try block. It will not go to the out of the program, students. It will come out of the try block looking for what? Except block. If the exception what is occurring is matching with this zero division error, corresponding user friendly error message will be generated. Are you following me? Online students, now try to save this code. Try to save this code. div2. Two programs I written. This is the program without any try except block. This is the program with what? Try and except block. Shall we run now? Well, look at students. Once again, div example 1, 10 and what? 2. Answer I got it. div 2 also. I am having the comparison, students. See, I am in try block 10 and 2. I got the answer here also. In the case of valid input, both the answers are same. Both of them are strong only. Both of them are strong only. Next, run the second time. 10 and what I am entering? 0. Which program? div example 1. div example 1. There is no mechanism of exception handling. Syntax is not followed. Simply line number 7, exception is occurring. Simply coming out of the program flow. Giving which message? Technical error message will be coming. Technical error message is coming. See that technical error message came or not? Zero division error came. Is it understandable by end user? No. End users will understand which messages. Now run it. Which program I am running? div1 gives you what message? Technical error message. div2 example2.py. I am in try block. 10 and what? 0. Go to div2, not pressing enter key. It is entering inside, reading the value 10 and what? 0. Converted into integer, and C is equal to what? 10 by 0. 10 by 0, what happens? Exception. Come out of which block? Try block. Looking for which block? Is it matching? Exception which is occurring and what you are writing is matching. Yes, what is the message is coming? Don't enter 0 for denominator. See message, students. See here. Don't enter 0 for denominator. Earlier message is what for you? Technical error message. This message is nobody understand. End user don't understand. These messages are understandable by end user. Did you understand? div2 example is stronger. div example 1 is stronger. div example 2 is strong. Are you following? How I am making strong? By writing which keyword? Try and then except. See that inside the try, I am writing block of statements generating exceptions. What are all the statements are generating exceptions? You must write within which block? Try block. Right? Hence, try block is doing what? Monitoring. Where are the exceptions are available? It's a monitoring. Next, what is an execution behavior of try block? When the exception is occurring in try block, is it leaving the program? It is coming out of the try block. It is coming out of the try block. And looking for which block? After executing except block, is it coming back once again to try block? Is it coming back to this line? No. It is moving forward only. Are you following? Next. One more thing. Run it. div2. Say 100. And I am writing KVR. What is this now? 100 KVR. Take care, students. All of you. Entering into this. 10, 100 hours. 100 KVR. What happens? 100 converted into what? Integer. KVR will not convert into what? Integer. So simply coming out of try block. Looking for line number 11. Is it matching? Not matching. So not matching means it will not execute this message. It is looking for next except block. Do you have next except block? That time it will go out of the program flow. And it gives which message? Technical error message will come. See that technical error message come for div2 also. I understand that. What is an exception is coming? So definitely I will write what? Come on. Except what error? Value error. So I am writing here called what? Don't enter don't enter what message? Don't enter ALNUMs, STRs, and what? Symbols. Symbols. Don't enter ALNUMs, STRs, and symbols. So now this is the one. Write it now. Run this code now. Come on. div2 120. Output is coming perfectly. No except blocks are executing. Enter now. 100 and what? 0. What is coming? Don't enter 0 for denominator. Next is called 100. Some ABC. What is coming? Don't enter AL, NAMs and etc. Is it strong or not? Next you say 100. Now you say ABC. Now you say dollar. It is going to give you the same message. Don't enter alpha, numerics and all those things. Are you following? How this is happening? Because of which keywords are using? Try and except blocks are using. Are you following me? Come to the syntax now. Tell me, students, is one except one is enough or multiple excepts I need to write? Right. I will write it. Next one, I will write it except block. Exception 2, and I will write next term. Like this, I go on writing. I go on writing. Multiple except blocks I need to write it. This is called except N. Block of statements N, user-friendly error message. This is mandatory to write it. What is the point I said? Once again, you come to up to here. In the try block, what are you writing? What are all the statements are generating exceptions? You write in which block? Try block. And once an exception is occurring in try block, what will happen? It comes out of the try block and execute the appropriate except block. That is the second point. First point, I am showing the properties also. What is the first point? What are all the statements are generating exception? Right under which block? That's why try block is called exception monitoring block we can call. Second, once an exception is occurring in try block, PVM control comes out of which block? Try block and execute appropriate except block. Execute appropriate except block. Right. Third point, after executing appropriate except block, PVM control never go back to the again to the try block. Are you following? Because once you enter pin number wrong, it is saying pin number is invalid. Will it ask again enter the amount to withdraw? No, it is stopping the process completely. That is the third point. Fourth point, every try block must be immediately followed by what? Except block. Every try block must be immediately followed by what? Except block. That means no more intermediate statements are allowed between which blocks? Try block and except blocks. What is the rule? Every try block must be immediately followed by what? Except block. That is fourth point. Fifth point. After writing try block, you are writing except block. Okay. How many except blocks you are writing? 1 na, 2 na, 3 na, many na? Multiple. But that means at least one must be written. But for more strongness, most strong purpose, you can write multiple except block. That means every try block must contain at least one except block and recommended write more number of except blocks. These are the points related to which block? Try block. 5 points I said. I will show the 5 points what I said. I'll show you that. Next, coming to which block? Except block. What did you understand about the except block? Tell me now. I say, when the except block, what is the use of except block? Except blocks are meant for generating which messages? User-friendly error messages. In other words, except block will stop the technical error message of zero division error and it will raises which messages? User-friendly. So except block suppresses the technical error messages and generates user-friendly error messages. That is number 1 point of except block. That's why except block is known as what? Exception processing block we can call. Try block is called what? Exception monitoring block. Except block is called what? Exception processing block. Got it? Next. Even we write multiple except block, or when this except block will execute, you tell me. Except block will execute when there is an exception in which block? Try block. Except block will execute when there is an exception in try block. If there is no exception in try block, which blocks will not execute? Exception block. So try block will execute if there is any exception, then only except will come. If no exceptions are there in try block, definitely except blocks will not execute. Are you getting my point? Right. Another point. Third point I am talking. What is the first point? Except block is the one in which we write the block of statements for generating which messages? User-friendly error messages. In other words, except block will suppresses the technical error messages and generates which messages? User-friendly error messages will be generated. In other words, another point, second point, except block will execute when there is an exception in which block? Try block. Even though third point, even though I wrote more number of except block, at any point of time, only one except block will execute, not multiple except blocks will execute. That is the third point. Fourth point, the last point is, what is the placement of writing else block? What is the placement of writing except block? Except block to be written after which block? And one more I am going to write it. That is else block I am going to write it. After that, I will add that word. Are you okay up to here? Now I am adding one more block today. What is that block? This is mandatory. We got the result. Which block I am writing? Else. Else block I am writing. Writing else block is mandatory. First of all, you got the answer, right? See the answer now. So 10 and 2. 10 and 2. Perfect output is coming. 10 and ABC. Perfect message is coming. 10 and 0. Perfect message is coming. No else is there, no raise is there, no final is there, nothing is there. What are the mandatory blocks? Try and except are compulsory. Now I am writing for more programming purpose. Else I am writing. In the else part, do you know, students, what I am writing? I will write the result generated statements only. Result I was written earlier in where? Try. Earlier I was written in try. Now result generation I am writing in which block? You can understand. Result will come in which case? When there is no exception. Here, if no exception is there in the try block completely, it will come to which block? Else block. That time which block will not execute? Except block. If any exception is there in the try block, if any exception is there in the try block, it will execute appropriate except block. It will not execute that time what? Else block. So tell me, else block will execute in which case? When there is no exception. Else block writing mandatory or optional? I need not. Cheppanu kada munde cheppanu meeku English raadu powder raadu asalu. I wrote that I did not write else block and it is not necessary to write it. I said that no need to write it. Else I said. Then you are saying mandatory. Mandatory means what? Compulsory. English meanings problem. Mandatory means what? Compulsory. Is it mandatory to write or optional to write? Then why are you saying mandatory? Mandatory means compulsory to write. If I don't write, you will get the syntax error. Now I am writing else now. Even though I run my program, I am writing else. Why I am writing else? To generate the result. It is optional to write, but recommended to write for generating the results. A separate place for generating results, a separate place for generating the user-friendly message, a separate room for generating monitoring exceptions. Exception monitoring block, exception processing block, result generated block. Which block is that? Else block. So what is the placement of writing except block? Except block to be written before else block, after which block? Try block. So I hope except block you understand the 4 points. Here I said 5 points. I'll show all of them. Are you understanding else block also? What did you understand? Else block is the one in which we write the block of statements, generates what? Results. Else block writing is optional. If at all you are writing else block, it should be written after which block? And before one more block will come, that is finally block will come. That I will show you right now. Don't worry. I hope you are understanding else block. Run this code now. Run this code now. I am writing for your better understanding. I am writing just one line. I will write it for your understanding purpose. So, see, earlier I was written in where? Try. Try is meant for what? Monitoring purpose. Except is for what? Processing purpose. Else is for what? Result generation purpose. You don't ask me, sir, can I write this result inside the try block? Write it, no issue. But industry says that write it in where? Right, execute it. Execute it. See students, enter the data 100 and 150. See straightforward coming to else part or not? That lines is written in which block? Else. Now go for what 100 and 0 you say exception came. Which block is not coming? Else is not coming. Say once again here 100 and then I will enter my name. Except block came. Are you following? Coming to this point now, I'll show you now. I'll show you a small example, a small flow I want to show you students. Now I will show you explanation for the concept of what? Exception handling I will show you. So coming to this place in 6 p.m. I'll try to paste here under the notes. I'll try to open it. Try to follow me. I'm writing here. Try to see this. All the points instead of writing it. Whatever I said, everything is there here. It is the block. First I am talking about what? Try block. It is the block in which we write a block of statements generating exceptions. In other words, what are all the statements generating exceptions? Those statements must be written within try block. And hence, try block is called exception monitoring block. When an exception occurs in try block, PVM comes out of try block and executes appropriate except block. Value error means value error. Zero division error means zero division error. Appropriate except block. After executing appropriate except block, PVM never goes to try block for executing rest of the statements in try block. Understand, students? Next, every try block must be immediately followed by except block. Otherwise, we get what? Syntax error. You already understood. Every try block must contain at least one except block. It is recommended to write a multiple except block for generating multiple user-friendly error messages. In my program, I wrote 2 except blocks, right? So 2 error messages are coming. Only one I write, only one error message, other one technical error message is coming. To make it completely strong, I need to write what? Multiple except blocks I need to write it. Got it out? Good. Coming to which block now? Except block. Read out. It is the block in which we write block of statements generates user-friendly error messages. In other words, except block suppresses technical error messages and generates user-friendly error messages. And hence, except block is called exception processing block. So, note, handling exception is equal to try block plus except block. To handle my exception, complete try block required plus what? Except block is required. Got it up? Next. Except block will execute when there is an exception occurs in try block. Except block will execute when there is an exception occurs in try block. Even we write multiple except blocks, PVM executes appropriate except block, that is single block, depends on type of exception occurs in try block. Are you following that? So here, this zero division error will occur when there is what? Zero division error in this place. Value error will come when there is an exception occurs in where? In this place. Depends on type of exception occurs in try, appropriate except block will execute. That is the meaning of this statement. In place of writing, the place of writing except block is after a try block and before which block? Else block. Is it clear? Right. Coming to next, else block. It is the block in which we write block of statements will display result of the program and hence else block is called result generated block. Else block will execute when there is no exception occur in which block? Try block. Writing else block is optional. I may write, I may not write it. The place of writing else block is after except block and before finally block. And you don't know what is finally block, I will explain. If it is present, What is finally block? You don't worry. Again, I will explain the last point for you. Go to the syntax once. Are you following me? Now I am writing what here? Else I will write it. In else, what I will write it? I will write block of statements, block of statements, block of statements generates result. Generates what? Results. This is most important part. Now I am writing finally block, finally block, finally block also I am writing. I'll explain, students, don't worry. Final block. Block of statements, block of statements, block of statements executes compulsorily, executes compulsorily, executes compulsorily. I'll go to my example. Let me write one finally block also. Students, understand one important thing, students. Finally block will execute compulsorily, irrespective of exception occurring or not. What is the use of that? I will explain. First of all, you understand. Its behavior of execution, you understand. I am from which block? Finally block. I am from finally block. I am from finally block. Try to understand, students. Start here. I will enter what is my input, 10 and 2. What is 10 and 2? Valid input or invalid input? Valid input means this is completely executed. After that, which block? Very good. Else block. After that, which block? Finally block. Finally block will execute compulsorily. What is the use of it? I will tell you. First, understand the behavior. Execute, students. Execute. Go to the place. div 2. 10 and 2 got the result. Result else came. Finally also came. Now see. 10 and 0. 10 and 0. Go to the program, students. 10 is getting 9. Line number 9. Exception came. Come out of that and execute what? 0 division error. Don't enter 0 for denominator. Straight forward come to where? Finally block. Earlier I did not write finally block. Writing finally block is not compulsory, optional. But when to write, when to not to write, I will explain. So here also finally block is executing. What are the message is coming? You see. Don't enter 0 for denominator. I am from which block? So finally block came in the case of result generation. Finally block came in the case of exception case also. So finally block will execute compulsorily. Are you able to follow me? So finally block is executing compulsorily. That is what is in the syntax also I said. Block of statements execute compulsorily which are written in. So what is the use of finally block? I am going to tell you. So let me go for finally block importance now. Let us go to the very important discussion now. So I'm going to take the important discussion. Follow me carefully. Very, very important. Here I am writing. Try. Students, careful. Try to understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like that I am having. Like that I am having. So many number of statements are there. 100 statements are there. 99, 100 statements are there. 100 statements are available. In line number 1, and appropriately I am writing what here? Except block also I am writing. Except block also there. What is available here? Some exception is available. Some exception is available. Some exceptions are available. Here also some exceptions are available. And after that, what is there? Else block is also there. Some statements are there under else block. Now I am writing what block today? Finally block is also there. Finally block is also there. Now careful, students. In line number 1, of course it is a little early I am talking about it. In line number 1, I opened a file. Open a file. What is file? That is our next topic. After this, our next topic. Database communication, all of them are our next topic. What is containing file? Files is the most important topic in every subject. File contains what? Some data. Permanent data will be stored in files. That file I opened it. For what purpose? To read the data, to write the data, to do various operations on it. Or in other words, I got a DB connection, database connection I got it. Database connection. Because database is containing some records are present. To read that records from database or from file, I just opened it. These are called what? Resources. These are called what? Resources. These are called resources gathering. These are called resources gathering. This is called resources gathering. So coming to the point back, resource gathering we can call. Open a file, DB connection, resources gathering we can call. Resource means what? The place where data can be stored. I opened it, I got a connection under which block? Try block. Okay. After that, what I written, some statements are written for reading the data and everything is done. Once you open a file or DB connection, it is a responsibility of the person to close the file, or to release what? Release the DB connection. Release the DB connection. It's very important, students. Suppose an EMI program of ICICI is executing on SBI database because you are an SBI salary employee, and you took a loan from this ICICI and you are authorized this ICICI people to connect to this database and deduct this EMI and then getting back. And once you are communicating with me, you are opening the database connection. You did the operation of deducting and you are closing the database connection and you need to come back. Once you open the database, once you deduct it, if you don't close the database connection, there is a chance of leading to inconsistent results. Once if I give the keys of the room, you took the book from the room and you opened the door and you took it and you are not closing the door and coming out. What will happen? Some other person will enter inside and they will take some more valuable information. It is nothing but losing the confidentiality of the data or not. Same thing in real time. Once you connect to the remote databases or remote files, after a complete work is there, you need to close the file and then need to close the database connections. That is a procedure in the industry. Are you getting my point? Right. Now in this, line number 1, we are opening it. Line number 100, you are closing the resources. Closing the resources are nothing but relinquishing the resource. That is a technical word. Relinquish means what? Close or release the resources. This is a procedure what people will do. But what are the problems are getting here? What are the issues will come? Assume that in line number 5, you are writing C is equal to 100 by 0. C is equal to 100 by 0. What will happen? C is equal to what? 100 by 0. What will happen? Exception will occur here. Here it is occurring exception. Because of exception occurrence, what will happen? Simply come out from line number 5 only, it will come to one of the except block will execute or not. After that, it will go to which block? And what you are unable to close? In line number 5, exception is occurring. Will it go to back again to execute 6 to 99, 100? No, that time what you are losing? Unable to close the file. Is it a drawback or not? Drawback. 100% drawback. That's why industry says that don't write the 100 statement in where? Try block. Don't write the 100 statement in which block? Try block. Write the 100 statement in which block? Why? Finally, block will execute compulsorily. You got it? Now I am writing this statement. Don't write this statement. Don't write in which place? Try block. You should not write this statement under try block. Not recommended, students. Now start the flow. Start the flow. Line number 1. What I got it? Open the file DB connection. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is executed. What happens? Exception occurring. Jump out of what? Try block. Looking for what? Appropriate except block. From except block coming to where? Final block closing the resource or not? This is the recommended procedure. You may ask a question. Sir, here I am having no exception, sir. No issue. When no exception, no issue. See that once again. In the case of no exception, 10 by 10. 10 by 10. What is happening here? 10 by 10. Start. 100 by 10. No exception. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No problem. Line number 99 also executed. Line number 100 I am not writing. 99 only. After that, where it is coming? Else block. After else block, where it is coming? Still I am closing. So what is the best place for closing the resources? That's why finally block is called what? Resource relinquishing block. LINQUISH. Relinquishing means what? Close. It is a technical word. Close or release. What is this now? Release. Close or release. Or what? Give up. Give up. Give up. These are all technical words. Or clean up. Clean up the resources. Give up or clean up the resources which are acquired in where? Try block. Where are you closing the resources? Try finally block. Finally block to be written after which block? Else block is written before the finally block. Now coming back to this example again. See this explanation. So tell me, else block. The place of writing else block is that after except block and before finally block. If it is present. Coming to finally block now. Come on, read out the finally block. It is a block in which we write a block of statements will relinquish. Relinquish means what? Release, close, give up, clean up the resources. Resources are what? Files, database software, which are obtained in try block and finally block. And it is called what? Resource relinquishing block. Once again, it is used for what? Relinquishing the resources, which are obtained in which block? And hence finally block is called resource relinquishing block. Finally block will execute compulsorily. Writing finally block is optional. Optional, mandatory. Optional, but recommended when resources are there. If I have a resources, you write it. If no resources are there, don't write it. Now, the place of writing finally block is that after finally block, else block. If else block present. So what is an order now, students? What is an order, ma? What is an order? Try, except. After that, else. And what? Finally. If no resources, I don't write it. Suppose if else, I don't write it. After except only finally is there or not? So try I can write, except I can write, else I can write. Try I can write, except I can write, finally I can write. Try I can write, except I can write, else I can write, finally I can write. Understood? This is an order of writing. This is the most important concept. Every interview will ask you, explain about try block and except block, else block, and this finally block. I almost said, here I said, try block 5 points I said, and except block 4 points, else block 4 points, and finally block 4 points. Almost 17 points I said. At least 1 point remembering. Remembering. Who is remembering 1 point? So, if tomorrow I'll ask most of the students what this block is. After this topic blocks are completed, I will ask in the class who is going to answer how these blocks are executing. I will ask these things. The raise keyword will not be discussing immediately today. Today is not discussing. Next level of explanation I'll give you. Raise I am not going to discuss because it is not supposed to discuss at this time. I'll discuss in the next level. Raise I am not talking. I hope you understand this. First 4 blocks. Raise is not a block. Raise is the keyword only. These are blocks. Clear? Is it understandable now? Now I would like to enter into some more deep level of discussion. How many varieties of except blocks are available? How many varieties of except blocks are available? It is a standard notation, student. It is a standard notation. Are you following me? This is a standard notation. I want to tell you about the further notations I want to tell you. Shall we talk about it? Now, students in online, up to here, this is called handling the exception in Python. I hope you are understanding, students. Is this concept is clear? Done. Now I am going to enter into the further. Okay, students. So, who is this? Trinath is asking, catch block is there in Python or not? You write imposition, Trinath. Because I already told in the class, catch block is there in Java and Python contains what? Except block. So need to listen the class carefully. So leave it. So coming to the point back, catch block will not be there in the Python. If you mix Java, Python, everything, if you go to interview, and interviewer will get a doubt, first of all, who is the student. So don't mix both of them. You be careful. Java means Java. Python means Python. But the student will get what? When they go to Java interview, they will remember all Python notes only. When they go to Java interview, they will get only Python concept. When they go to Python concept, they will remember Java only. If you say Java concept, not qualified. If you say Python concept, not qualified. Question to answer. If you go to USA, you have to speak in English. If you speak in Telugu, like Telugu states, they will feel that he is coming from different place. So wherever you are, you need to speak about it. Understand? Morning also one girl is there. Sir, in Java it is like that. In Python how it is. Actually, she don't know Java properly. When I ask a Java question, she don't know anything. And she is learning parallelly Java and Python. Neither Java getting nor Python is getting. So, and that too, who is teaching to her Java, I don't know. Completely wrong things she is getting. Completely wrong. Right? So, while you are learning Python, it is my advice. Learn, involve in this topic. While listening, don't try to remember other languages. Okay, now? Right. Now I am going to enter into the various forms of except blocks. So Prajwala is asking, so it's better to take any one of this Java or Python. So that's all, any one of it. And if you look into the next level coding things in the coming years to work very high-fi packages, Python is the best. I already told you in the TIOB indexing also, we are from Java, purely Java professionalism. And as almost total Java professionals are almost migrating to Python now. Most of them are migrating to Python. And in coming days, within 2 to 3 years, you see, tremendous demand will be there for Python. And after 2 to 3 years, again you want to learn it. That time Python people are more and more. And that time they will verify background verification. So many things they will go. Now only learn well, write NASCAM exam, NASCAM certification, you get it. And you will go for the next level. Try to give more weightage to your resume. Do you have resume first? Resume prepared? Resume prepared? How many pages? 4, 5, 6, 10, 1, 2. Last, what is their native place, address, personal date of birth? So, one day I will show my resume, of course. One day I will show my, almost this is 27 pages is there my resume. 27 pages. Of course, this 27 pages, I put all my career related projects, Java projects I kept. So 27 pages, you also will get it when you work in industry. When you come to teaching line, you can show to students, this is my resume. And of course, by seeing that resume, you will not understand that project name, Citibank project, flood management in Wells Fargo Bank, those kind of things you will not understand. So anyhow, you go for this. So, Samyukta, how to apply for NASCAM? I'll tell you, mom, in the middle of the class, once I'll send the PPT for you, how to register for NASCAM. I'll everybody write the NASCAM exam. If you write it, it is just a higher level preference will be given. Only by taking our BTech certificate, and if you go and stand in front of them, they'll say, go and stand in the line. Thousands of students are already in the line. If you say that you are NASCAM certified, you have some special weightage is there. right? So as in the education, when the exam, when's our exam? Exam will be there anytime. Exam will be there anytime. Round the clock exam is there. You have to stand, we have to sit before the camera and you have to write the exam. Not like academics when the examiner is there and looking like that and looking like that and writing subheadings and writing our own answers will not be there. And strictly speaking, and by disabling my ethic of the faculty, if I say NASSCAM exam, suppose you are there. Of course, I should not tell this as a faculty. I should not tell. If you are very much interested to go to that, come to our lab. You write before sitting our camera. And our camera, your camera, both of them are same. Our people are there. Our students are there. They'll help you. And I almost said indirectly to you what I want to say. I hope you understood. Actually, I don't want to say this point. Actually, directly I can say one point, but I should not tell because my heart is not permitting. Every question is from my notes. And what questions are there, I covered in the notes. You can understand now. If question is not coming, you can ask me also. I'm there also. 4th floor, 5th floor lab is there. I am here. You will go to lab without any certificate. You will write the online test. Immediate result will come. 88% gold certificate. Your name, complete name. Certificate will come. You can laminate and put it into this. Who are you? I am a NASSCAM Python certified developer. I am a BTech certified developer. Go and stand in the line. Every corner people are there. Right? So as in education, PhD is how much important, doctorate. Like in software professional, you require what? NASSCAM. Certification is required. Not only NASSCAM, certification is required. That certification you do. So, sir, after the course, it is not allowed or not. After the course, you are writing the academic exams. After the course, taking admission time. After completion of it only, you will write the course exam now. Before exam, you will write the same thing. After the courses also, you will write the same thing. But here it is not like that. You have to listen completely. Then after training only, you will be getting the course appearance. First exam multiple times. First of all, why that thought will come? First, why that thought will come for you? Sanskar. You can write exam, my dear student. Naresh IT people, we will help you like anything, especially for my sector called Python. And I want to tell one point directly, but I am a faculty. I don't want to tell this. I don't want to tell because I can share some photos to you. Because NASSCAM people directly came to my class. I can share some photos. If I share the photos, you will feel Sar is boasting about his class. I almost gave so many questions to the NASSCAM test. So many questions. So many questions. Then share just some photos who came and what they are explaining and everything. Okay, now? So, you take my words, write the NASSCAM test. It is equal to what? 21 years education, what you lost. With that certificate, you can gain everything. If you don't write, I can't do anything else. Exam means don't fear. And it is not an academic exam taking additionals. Taking additional first friends feeling, oh, he's writing something. But if I go and write, see something, mottam hammering is there in that. Hammering means you know what you will write. Same sentence, writing. You know better than me. In industry, no such type of hammering, point to point. Speak points, that's all. Nothing is there. So MCQs only will be there. S1. Actually, if I want to conduct the NASSCAM test, I will not give MCQs. ABCDs I will not give. I'll give fill in the blank only. Right? Fine. Finally, I would like to say one thing. I almost said one point indirectly to you. What is that? You'll get the certificate. So our people are there. They'll guide you how to register, everything they will guide. I said everything I said. One point only. One point I did not say. Right? Fine. If you meet me, I'll tell you that also. but I should not tell because I disabled so many ethics of telling this. That's why. Why I am telling this? Because you have to write the exam first. So, Josna is asking, if we write in Naresh, we'll get the certificate. If you have a subject anywhere else, if you write, you will get the certificate. You can write in your home also. Everywhere else you can write. So, Naresh means it is not a heaven in somewhere else outputs are there. So, my students are there. Wherever my student is there in your room, he will help you in writing the test. I want to say one point directly, but I don't want to say. Every question will be coming from my notes, I said. 35 questions are there. 10 questions mock test. And mock test means if you qualify the mock test, then you are allowed to the actual test. Oh, yes, one student got already disappointed. If you want to play one-day international cricket, you have to warm up matches, you have to qualify. Yes, who is that? Ireland people are coming and playing the cricket. They will not be taken into one-day international directly. There will be mock test is conducted. They have standards or not, they will test or not. Like that, first standard. Mock test is passed, then enter into the original test. And mock test, that type of doubt should not come. Only one time appearing, gold certificate receiving and going to home. Gold some days it may reduce, but that certificate will not reduce, it will increase. Fine? Right. Now I am going to enter into the further. So I spoke about 10 minutes about some unethical point. What is that point? Because why I am seeing is when the batch is over, only 40%, 50% students are writing the exam. Rest of the 50 fearing. I am saying online test. That too they are getting much tension, you know. Academic exam, give the paper and we will write many. Everybody will come and write. But don't do that, students. Write the exam. Shall I continue now? Now. So I'm going to start with another type of discussion. Various forms of accept blocks. You observe it. This is called DIV2. Our team members will call you once. Our team members will call you. They will send one PPT for your mail IDs. You register first. And what is the advantage of NASSCAM? If you write it, you paid 4,000 now. You have that receipt, right? You produce that receipt. NASSCAM people, Ministry of IT Education, Government of India, you will get a certificate from Ministry of IT Education. NASSCAM means it's the general body for all IT companies, like RBI for all banks. You will get 2,000 rupees. Refund also will come for you. In your account only, they will be depositing, not a Naresh IT account or not KVR account. You will ask your account details and everything. You will register it, they will come. And you will pay 500 or 600 rupees for fees. That fees also they will give. 2,000 plus 600, 2,600, 1,400 rupees you are paying for the fees. Course fees. 1,400, one dress also will not come. And you are getting the NASSCAM gold certificate. How much valuable it is? In our 21 years of education, how many lakhs you wasted already? Almost 12 lakhs. More than that. More than that, I hope so. So what any certificate came? Came. But what is happening? Laminated and kept into locker. Any use? Any use? No use. But write that exam. So fine. Come to the point. So Prashanti, is that certificate is valid in other countries as well? Definitely, ma'am. When our university certificates are valid, definitely in other places also valid, right? So Python is valid everywhere else across the universe, right? So Python certification is also valid. So Amruta, can we learn machine learning after Python? 100% you can learn it. So I'll go to the further. Shall I start up? Fine. So 10 to 15 minutes I wasted. Finally, my friend is there, for example. He don't know Python and he is asking me, I want NASSCAM certificate today evening. Can I get or not? Can I get or not? What can I say? What is my answer? Huh? Come on. I won't say yes, I won't say yes, I won't say no. That indicates No comments. No comments means there is some root is there. And I almost said, how means that if you come to our lab, we will show that. And we said almost everything I told now. I hope you understand now. Every question is from my notes. When I'm saying this many times, you can understand. Sir, what are those questions? What are those questions? What are those questions? Open the notes. So many topics. How many questions will come? 35 questions will come. That 35 questions are there in my notes. Notes are writing daily. Notes writing daily. Not writing. When I said not writing, if I show my notes, sir, please show that notes. Write the notes. Read that. 100% you can qualify. Okay, now? Fine. So I said so many things now. I said indirectly so many points I said. Okay, now? Fine. Now I'm going to introduce various forms of except block. This is called what? Standard except block. One more except block is there. Watch it now. I'm going to write it. See, students. So here. Further also I will tell you one more day about NASSCAM exam. Once again, registration process, we'll send one PPT. Because as a teacher, I don't want to explain that registration. This is click here, click left side, that, this, etc. Some other person will explain it. So div3.py. Here you see writing except block. This is also writing. Two except blocks are writing. Some people will feel that it is a lengthy in writing except block. What they are doing? In single except block, I want to write all the exceptions. What I am writing? Zero division error, comma, what I am writing? Value error also I am writing. Value error also I am writing. That time I will not write this except block. Both the error messages you write under which block? Same except block. This is known as what? Multi exception handling block. Multi exceptions handling block. Multi exception handling block it is called. Pratik is asking, if not qualified first time, that question should not arise, student. That's what I feel sometimes. Pratik is asking, if not qualified first time, then can we give again or not? First, why that question will come? You may have the tension. March, September, like that is old days song that is. When we were the students, that is March, September like that. These days, are you writing March, September? Are you writing? I hope you are not writing. Whatever you are writing, they are past. Now we are seeing some government only saying, don't do anything. We will pass it. Everybody will pass it like that. Actually, beginning onwards, if education system was very strong, by the moment when 21 years is over, you will get the job. But due to various factors, it's going out of control. At least when some good faculty is there, you read well about the subject, you try to settle in the life. After the Python, you write the course test. Pratik, you don't get the doubt, you will 100% qualify. 100% qualify, that's all. Second thought, even 0.0001% not there. 0.0001E minus 100% also not there. Those percent of doubt is also not there. You will qualify, that's all. Okay now? And completely not touching the book, going to that on the website also, unable to click the mouses also means we cannot do anything. Data types also don't know. Functions don't know. If you don't know any subject, definitely we will fail only. So you have to read the notes. Right. So Faziana is asking, please share some model papers of NASSCAM exam. So they are almost trying to enter into my brain. They want to pick out what is the actual point I want to say. I said now, Faziana, I said what I said. Whatever I said in my notes, that only will come. What can I say now? Again, asking the same means I can't do anything. Okay, come on now. I said zero division error, value error. Multi-exception handling block. Multiple exceptions handling in the same place. Now try to run this now. And if whatever exception is coming, it is handled by the single except block. That's why it is known as what? Multi-exception handling block. Both of them. For all these things, these messages only will come, both of them at a time. What is an advantage of this now? Of course, if you prefer one by one error message, you go for this. Suppose if one person is doing one mistake, along with that mistake, you are telling the other mistake also in advance, so that next time he will not perform that mistake. Simple, mom. One student failed in first year. Parents are warning, second year, third year, fourth year, be careful, you may fail. They are warning in advance only. So they will be careful enough in further also. First year failing, you failed in first year, please read well. Second year also fail, read well. Third year fail. Beginning only they are telling that don't fail in all the things. They are saying advanced messages also. For that purpose, we'll go for this thing. Go for this now. Execute div3. Go for this. See py. See this now. div3. Enter the value 100 and 20. No more messages are coming. No more exceptions. 100 and then 0. What are the messages are coming? These two messages are coming. Actually, this is a message. And for this next message also I am giving. What is this next message? Advanced message I am giving. Next time he will not enter what? Alphanumeric symbols he will not enter. It is also one good facility. Are you following me? Next. One more type of facility, student, I want to say. This is second syntax. Third syntax is also there. What is the third syntax? You see, with alias names concept is also there. It is also an important. If you are unable to understand, tomorrow also I will revise this topic. Don't worry. Example 4.py. What I am doing now? As Z alias name. What is this alias name I will give you? As what V, some name, whatever variable name you like it. You are printing. Of course, this is required when I am going to deal with what? Database communication. In real time, when I am going to communicate with Python programming, with Oracle database, in Oracle level also some exceptions will come. Those exceptions I want to process at which side? Python side. Oracle exception messages I want to capture it in which language? For that I'll go for alias name concept. Because I want to tell you in the further, that's why I'm covering here only. If I'm not covering this topic, I will not talk this topic at all. That's why I'll explain this in my Oracle communication level. This will capture what messages? Exception related messages. Go to once to Python. What messages will be captured? Understand now. Here you see 10 by 0. 10 by 0. 0 division error. What is the exception message here? That message will be captured by what? Alias name. 0 division error as Z. Z will capture this message. Suppose int of, what is this now? 100 ABC. It is going to give you value error. These messages are captured by what? Alias name. Now try to run this code. Try to run this code. 4.py. 4.py. Try to run it, students. Go to this place. Py. Now I am saying, what is this now? V. I say indentation symbol. Execute, students. Now I am saying, enter the first value 20. No issue. Enter the second value 100 and 0. What is printed? Division by 0. Are you getting me? This one. This one. Division by 0. Captured. Next you say one more time, you enter, students. Say 10. Something like 10x. What is the message? div4. div4 name just I did not print. Okay. You print what here? V you print it. V you print it. Now you see 10 and 10x you say. What is the message? Invalid literal for int 10x. Are you following me? This is called what? Capturing the messages. This is two things I covered. What is the number one? Three things I covered. One is the standard except block. One more is called what? Exception with multiple exceptions. And one more is what? With alias name. How many things I covered? 3. Tomorrow I will cover one more format is there. Tomorrow I will cover. Because if I talk, it will take some extra time. You won't understand. So please set your mindset. writing NASCAM test is important. You have written so many tests. Whether you got 100 by 100 or not, I don't know. At least you get in this class. Okay. Please plan for that. Then only you can get your career nicely. I'll stop this, students. And tomorrow class, I'll go for what? Another except block I will cover. And I'll introduce the raise keyword also. How to develop the programmer defined exception. Raise keyword also I will introduce it. Okay, now? Right. Take care. All the best.